Hey guys, I'm Scott Carlson with Carlson Projects. Today we're going to show you how to repair EPDM roof material, as well as how to wrap corners where EPDM meets brick or other materials. Alright, so here's some of the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need a chip brush. You're going to need your patches, which for us, they're just pre-cut patches. Cleaning material, lap sealant to seal around the patches, and then your caulking gun, and then rags. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our rag and our cleaner. We're gonna put it on the rag, get it all soaked up, and then we're gonna come down here. This is where our hole is that we're having the problem with the leak. And so what we're using the cleaner for is we're cleaning this EPDM rubber up real nice so that we can adhere our patch and our repair to it. So we want to get it all nice and clean. You want it nice and shiny. Clean all the different surfaces. You want to make sure you go out further than you think, because your patch is going to come out. And most of the time, if you think you're just going to do it over the area that you're needing it, you have to at least overlap your patch good 3-4 inches. In this case, we're going to patch this area right here to reinforce this seam. And we're going to come up into this area. We're going to put a patch there, and we're going to take another patch and wrap around this area. So I want to have my cleaning area out to here so that when I put my patch in, it's cleaned past the area. So we use this, we put this on before we put our patch on. This is the adhesive basically that will keep the patch in place. We use our chip brush, dip it in our tape primer. What we're going to do is we're going to put it on, swirl it on so it gets into the crevices, gets on here nice and tight so that we can ensure that we're going to get a good solid seal. You don't want too much of it. That's why I'm circling it around, spreading it around, because if it's too thick, then it won't adhere real well. But we want a nice thin little coat. What's great about being hot like this is that this is going to tack off real quick. And what I mean by tack off is it's going to get, you don't want to apply this stuff wet. You don't want to put your patch on wet, because it's going to not adhere as good as you want it. So what you're going to do is you're going to wait a little bit, let it dry, and then when you can put your thumb to it, like here, if you can put your thumb to it and it's a little bit sticky, but it's not pulling away like that. So if you see there, that's what you don't want, because right here you can see there's bare EPDM. So we want to make sure that we have this all nice and tacked off before we put our patch on. So we'll let this sit for 15 to 20 seconds because of how hot it is, and then we'll start putting our patches on. Our glue is all nice and tacked off. You know, it's got a little bit of stickiness to it, but it's not pulling up like gum. We're going to take our patch, we're going to go over this seal, and we're going to start from one end and work our way to the other, making sure that it's nice and stuck down and we don't have air bubbles or anything like that. Okay, so that's that. So again, the next patch we're going to put in is we're going to put it in right around here. So we're going to come up in this area, we're going to wrap around the corner a little bit. So we're going to take our primer, and we always want to make sure that we take our primer and we put it over the areas that we just put a new piece in, because we want the additional piece that we're going to put in here, we want it to be able to seal to it. So we're going to take our primer and put it on here, spread it out, let it tack off, and we're ready to go. Okay, we're good. So now we're all tacked off again. We want to put this piece in here. I'm going to overhang it just a little bit this way so I can wrap it around this corner. So what's nice about this stuff is it forms pretty nice to stuff. So it's really pliable, moldable. So we're going to take it in here, get it all sealed in. Again, work it into the corner. Sometimes you just have to just let it kind of lay back on itself to work it in there nice. And then we're gonna work it up the wall. This is again really important where you put your primer in here and you extend it out further, because even where I did it here, we just had enough primer. So always want to make sure you go further than you think with that primer. So again, we're going to take our primer, we're going to go over the rubber that we just worked on, get it all primed up, ready for the other patch to go on, so we can wrap this corner. With anything roofing, you always want to start where water is going to flow down towards. So what I mean by that is, in this case, water is going to come from up here and come down. So we don't want to do is start from up here and then wrap down, because we've got hard edges that we're going to hit. So we want to have water be able to go straight over the top of this one, straight over the top of that one, and come down. What's also nice about this, we're going to do some sealing around it on the edge. So I'm going to fold this over on itself in half, and I'm just going to kind of take this right here, put it in the corner. Then I'm going to work this up into the corner and around. So then what we're going to do, this is where it really comes in handy that this stuff is nice and flexible. We're going to work this around, and we're going to work it in. This is why these work well for corner pieces. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our lap sealant and our caulking gun, and this stuff is self-leveling. This stuff is going to level itself out. Really what this is for is it's so that you can protect the edge and ensure that the primer and the patch are going to take correctly. So I just want to do a nice even coat around everything, all my edges. Just ensure that everything is covered.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to one of our Don't Hire Us If videos. We would love it, and we would appreciate it a lot if you like this video, to like it and subscribe down here or over here or wherever that thing's going to be. So reach out to us, tell us what you thought, and we would love it if you would.